I never had those rashes, nervous rashes, but during that trip, those 2 weeks that he was there, I break in rashes because I was so afraid. His dad was in deathbed, you know, and knowing him, I know he was not going to break a promise like that. So I was just praying and praying and praying that please, you know, please just don't ask him something like that. So alhamdulillah, he came back and everything was good. He didn't have to promise anything. So after that, we decided to arrange the wedding, and his mom didn't know, his family didn't know, because he knew that he will tell them, it will complicate more the situation. So we just decided to get married in Mexico. We found a mosque in Mexico City. That was 1999 when we found the mosque, and we got married in 2000. We got married in June 2000, and I got pregnant right away. So our plans were getting married, move to the US, go to school, and then have babies. But then we got married, get pregnant. I had to stay in Mexico for my whole pregnancy because my brother would not allow me to come here. I don't know anybody. This is a different country. They were not pleased by the fact that I was stepping my foot down to come here with him and marry him. So they said, okay, at least you have to stay for the pregnancy, and then we'll see what you're gonna do. They were still planning on convincing me not to come here. So my marriage was an Islamic marriage, but for my family didn't count. For my family, I was not married because it was not a Catholic marriage. Yeah, and my mom being the only girl, me being the only girl, she expected the white dress and the entrance in the church and all the family and, you know, everything going on, the party. There's a protocol to follow for weddings, right? You go to church, you get married, then everybody goes to the party, and then the couple enters and everybody claps, and that's the way. Our wedding was so different because we had a ceremony before the party, but it wasn't in the church, so people were just to come directly to the place. So then, you know, they didn't know what to do. They didn't know when to clap or when to laugh or what to do. Do we eat? What do we do? So it was very funny. First of all, when I decided to become Muslim, everybody thought he brainwashed her. He just told her that she's going to have a wonderful life over there, and that's why he's marrying her. She's marrying him. Everybody mentioned that movie to me, and that's why I mentioned it, because there was no person that when I told them we were going to get married and that I had become Muslim, there was no person that didn't mention that movie to me. Don't you know that can happen to you? How you know who is he back there? What do you know if he's telling the truth? What if he has 3 wives and you're the 4th one? Why did he beats you and keeps you in the house and never lets you out? So all of these things will come. My cousins were very close, you know, knit close family. And everybody was scared. My parents, my mom and my older brother, offered me, and I'm ashamed to say this, but this is how much they wanted me to stay. I was pregnant with my baby, and they offered me, he said, okay, listen, we will help you. We will help you with college. We will help you with the baby. Just don't leave. I said, but I'm married. How are you offering me this? I'm married. So he said, you know, it doesn't matter. For us, you're not married. It didn't matter to us. So we will help you as a single mom to raise the baby. Just don't go with him. So I just said, you know, I just can't do that. So the same thing, they were not pleased. Sometimes I had to hide from like my family to pray. Sometimes I had to, like in Ramadan, for example, my older brother would come in. Why Lucy's not eating? My mom was, oh, she's just not hungry. But I was fasting, right? So things like that, you know, waking up early in the morning to pray, and all of these things there were hardships. Avoiding the pork. Pork is a big thing in my country. Everything, most of everything has pork. So I had to, like, why you're not eating this? Why you're not drinking? Why, when we go to a family function, you don't want to have a, you know, glass of wine or a drink or something? And I always have to explain. And it's like, oh, come on, you know, he's not here. He's not going to say anything, or we're not going to say anything. Everything will be fine. So it was very hard because they didn't take it seriously. They just thought it was just something that was going to pass and then that's it. And my aunt one time, she told me that she saw a talk show and there was these Muslim girls, and they were wearing long, like a abaya, and the cover. And then she told my mom, she's like, you know, next time we see Lucy, we're just going to see her like that, you know, like all covered and like submitted, you know. So it was not taken well. It took a long time, and I guess a very strong will from us to make them, you know, think that this is for real, that this is something we are going to do. Christmas was very hard. We used to go visit my parents. Once I moved here, we used to visit them in Christmas time. And one Christmas, like I was telling you before, the youngest child is the one that places the baby Jesus. At that time, my older one was the little one. So my mom told me, you know, why don't Samiha puts the baby? I said, she can't. Why not? I said, because she can, because we're not Christians, because we're not Catholics, so we don't celebrate this, you know that. Yeah, but it's, you know, just as a symbol, please, just. I said, no, we're not going to do that. So these things were heartbreaking for my parents because they are, you know, all these traditions and we're breaking them. So it was not taken very good in the beginning. But once I moved here and my mom came within the first year, the first thing she asked me, I want to see your marriage license. That's what she asked me. I want to see that his word is there and that, you know, you're married, like legally married. So then I show her, okay. So now it was legal for them. That was okay now. So she came to check that everything that he had offered was there, that I was a free woman to go wherever I wanted to, and that I was not beaten up, and that we were living okay. And so, yeah, it was not taken very good in the beginning, yeah. What my parents liked the most when I became Muslim, like I said, I was a party girl. I used to go parties, and I used to go with my friends and with my cousins. And when you're 18 and you're working, you're kind of paying for it yourself, you don't take account too much of what your parents are saying anymore, you know, you're stupid. And so I think what they liked the most was the fact that everything changed once I became Muslim and I was married, because I was not going partying anymore, so I was staying in the house, and I was not drinking, and I was dedicated to my studies. So I changed. Everything changed. I was more kind to them. My mouth got a filter, because I learned that your parents, whether Muslim or not, they're your parents, and you have to respect them. So that's one thing that really struck me, that I had been so disrespectful at times with my parents. So I think that all of those things towards my family, they embraced, they liked it. So that was something positive that came from it.